welcome you to this other session for English paper 1. So for today we have 2023 paper 1. Okay, so our focus is on the narrative composition. Okay, so I'll guide you on the narrative composition by defining what a narrative composition is, and then from there we'll look at the actual example from this paper on how the narrative composition was given. So I have a written sample of a narrative composition. So I'll take step by step, okay, in brainstorming ideas as well as guiding you exactly on how I'll be writing and then explaining the composition. So let's get started. So in definition, a narrative composition, to narrate is to tell a story. Okay, so to narrate is to tell a story. A narrative composition, therefore, is one which describes an action or series of actions or presents an orderly account of events. This is the easiest type of composition because it has a character or characters to be they human, animal, and takes place in a known place and in a certain period of time. So if you are looking into a narrative composition commonly, you can be given a series or sets of topics, okay? Like for example, in this actual paper. So in this actual paper of 2023, we were given one of the stories, okay? So you are advised to spend not more than 50 minutes in this section, okay? Write on one of the following topics. So you should write between 250 to 350 words. So words written beyond the remit will be considered not to be part of your composition. So in our case, our focus is on this actual narrative composition. So in here we are told to write many stories. So there are 6 stories that are present. But today in the example, I will show you this one. Okay, I will talk about this story. Okay, write a story on one of the following titles. So the first cut is the deepest. So here is what I will try to state. Okay, I will talk about this composition. Okay, the first cut is the deepest. Now, to give you a secret, okay, to all pupils who will be writing this exam, and then also others in future who will be writing exams. When you're writing a narrative composition, okay, we don't just go on direct to write. First of all, create a picture of a topic. Understand the topic clearly. Okay, like for example, a first cut is the deepest. What exactly can be a picture of this title? So you have to think of mistakes that are made in life. Those are the points that you have to start from. Okay, you have to think of mistakes in life, and then also you make up a story, okay, based on the mistake that you made in life, how it started, and then how it went on, and then to the peak point where it resulted into damage, for example, or make you lose focus or blot an impact on your life. So you have to be in those frames as you are trying to brainstorm the ideas on the topic. Okay, so other topics, like for example here, make a mountain out of the molehill. All these basically they require brainstorming. So I will talk about this one, and then from there others also I will talk about them in the other videos which I will make. Okay, so let's look at one example which I did. So before I even talk about the examples, I'll give an insight brainstorming on this particular topic so that even you in an exam, you're able to picture something and then you're able to come up with topics. So this is the point where we start brainstorming. So we are on the title, the first cut is the deepest, okay? So here I'll create a story. I'll create a story about a girl who dreamed of being a journalist. Okay, she went to college. Okay, she made peers. Okay, she had emotions and so forth. So I'll start by picturing. So this is what goes on in the mind when you're trying to picture a composition. First of all, you have to look at the girl. The girl when she went to college. Okay, she grew up. She went to college. What things did she face? Okay, she started facing peer pressure. As you can see, this is an example. Okay, peer pressure began in the girl. Okay, because she was trying to meet the social life in the university. Okay, in this form. So if we see social life commonly, it can even take place in this form where one is isolated. When the friends are discussing, the person is just watching over her friends discussing. So this girl can't meet the social group. So this is one of the pictures. So you have to at least meet up that point. Okay. So you also look at the other sides, like for example, you talk about social life and so forth. Okay. So therefore, after social life, okay, she met a person. Okay, she met a person in her life. Okay, so this person was so friendly. Okay, so this person being friendly, okay, they started up a relation. Okay, after starting up a relation, the girl fell in love in this form. Okay, and then from there afterwards, she was betrayed. She was betrayed. Okay, so these are the actual pictures that you have to take into consideration when you are looking at the actual topic. Okay, so you have to think in those lines. So my title. So my title, which I've made. The first cut is the deepest. Okay, so that is my title. Okay, so on the first part, I will make an introduction. So when I'm making an introduction, or I'm creating the introduction to a story, what is most important? I look at the first stage of someone's life. Okay, like for example, we can talk of Diana. I can state it in this form. Diana loved broadcasting as her dream career. Ever since she was a little girl, she was a little kid, she spent time to listen to podcasts, okay, live chats, and followed every program on the radio station. She was passionate and believed that communication is the best way to inform, share, and interact with the public, as it promotes love and unity. Okay, so that's how I can make up the introductory, and then going on. Um, 10 years later, Diana was 20, studying journalism at the University of Zambia. Peer pressure, social life, adventure affected her life. At the university, Andy always thought of herself being left out in enjoying things of her lifetime. Being lonely and isolated from everyone, Bob, a fourth year student, approached her in the library and asked her some questions about her studies. So I'm taking this idea from this part. Look at this. So in her times, she met Bob in the college while studying. Okay, and later on they fell in love. Okay, and then after that, what happened? She was broken. Okay, so all that is where I'm heading to. Okay, so in coming up to this actual point, okay, here, okay, Bob, the fourth year student, approached her in the library and asked her some questions about her studies. Okay, he had a charming smile with a wit sense of humor. She felt special for being called beautiful and lovely. It was her first time to experience to be praised from a man. Bob didn't hesitate to get her number. Okay, so there, and then ongoing, okay, with a composition, they started dating, okay, and soon she fell in love. Okay, he was everything she dreamed of: smart, kind, funny, and romantic. He brought her a latest iPhone and took her to nightclubs for the first time. Okay, he made Diana feel special as a woman. The sweetness of Bob covered her mind and did not realize that the man was intentional and a womanizer. Diana changed in her look and missed most of her classes. In the mid of her semester, Bob insisted to spend a night with Diana in her apartment. So it happened. Okay. So the following week, Diana saw Bob dropping a girl from a car in a parking space. Pain spread throughout her body and broke to tears. She was deeply cut and betrayed for offering her body to a ruthless man. She blocked his number, trashed all his gifts, deleted all the photos they took together. Okay, that night she was in grief for being fooled easily. On the other hand, a quote, everything happened for a reason. I hope you know this quote. Okay, gave her an insight not to hold on to the past, but move on. She left behind her memories, pain and grief, to open a new window for a fresh start. She realized that, okay, so this is in the conclusion. So in the conclusion, I'll give out an insight. What are new things the girl changed to, okay? So she realized that the first cut is the deepest. Now I'm relating now to the topic, okay? So this is the actual topic now which is coming in. So she realized that the first cut was the deepest, but was not the last. At this point of her life, her eyes were open not to be taken for granted under any circumstance. Okay, so this was my actual composition which I drafted, I came up with. So please, if you like the compositions, and then also if there are things which are in the composition, like punctuations and so forth, please, you are free to comment in the sections, okay? Because we are bound to error. So please, dear viewers, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, watch through. If, for example, you have problems when it comes to construction of the composition, watch through much of my videos, and then from there you at least have an idea on how to construct the composition. Okay, so always remember to subscribe, like the video, and share.